Hello, Jodie here, and I'm here with the M2. This is from Swivl, and you might have heard of Swivl before because they have a product that's very popular also in schools and colleges, which is a little robot that tracks you around the room so you can video your teaching, and then also you can go online and reflect on it, share it with your tutors, your coaches, do peer-to-peer coaching, all those kind of things through the platform. And a lot of that has made its way over into M2, which I'm going to talk about in this video. But there are also loads of other things to do with M2, which are going to be really useful in classrooms, in schools, colleges, universities, anywhere where you want to bring in really good use of technology and AI. So I've been trying out M2 myself, and I'm going to share some of the things I've just been playing with and doing. And as I say in this video, we're going to talk specifically about the teaching side of things, how M2 can be your helper in the classroom. So you can see that M2 is a physical device. There is also an app, and there is also, you can log in via the web when you've got an account. And there is a whole suite of things that you'd expect if you know Swivl robots from previous, which is being able to capture your lessons, put them online to share with colleagues, or even just to reflect on for yourself. But the added thing with M2 is the AI that's built in. So you've got the hardware, which has the camera in the top, up here. So you can point that whichever way. So if you don't want children in it, you can just point that at the board and record you standing at the board. You can even point it at the wall and just have it recording voice if you want to. You've also got this little bit of kit which charges on the back of the M2 really cleverly. And once I turn this on, it's also recording everything I say. So again, for the purposes of recording and reflecting on your teaching, you can be not on camera necessarily, but just recording your voice. But M2 is recording me now while I talk. So as I teach, it's recording. So you'll see it go to the eyes because that's its little human side. But that's now recording everything I'm doing while I've got this switched on. And I can tilt this in various different ways, so it can lay down flat as well. So it's a great bit of solid kit, but it's AI enabled. It's all based on using AI, but really safely. It's been designed for schools and colleges, so it's not going to let you bring up a load of rude words, or if you ask a question that's not education related, it will tell you I'm not here for that. So if I want to, I can just let it sit in the background and I can just let it record my lesson, which I can then find via the video. But what it's also going to do, and I can set how often it does this and how much it does this, but it can also give me feedback on my lesson and how it went, which will go into my personal file on here, which I'll show you, which you can also access online or via the app. And I can also use it in the way that you might think of AI as being a really great tool. So if somebody asks a question and you don't know the answer, or you just want AI to have a little talk for you, you can press the button and say, in what year did America gain independence?
The United States declared independence in 1776. Would you like me to give more historical details about that event? Or does that cover it for now?
Covers it for now. So you can ask it questions and it will speak. Now you'll notice the voice is American. So for UK teachers, in the setup, you'll also see that this is coming from a US company originally. So you're looking for grades rather than classes, and the grades are slightly different, but it's a simple grid system to find the same age groups. And it doesn't really kind of hugely matter other than when you put your curriculum in, which you can do on if you set up a school account, if you get the subscription, you can get it set up to your curriculum and everything. So that's all. But you can hear that the voice is American, but this is not fully launched in the UK yet, but it is coming, and I'm sure those kind of tweaks will come. So M2 can talk during the lesson, and then it will also, if I just go back now, so I'm going to come out of that lesson, and it will go into my grid here. So now I'm out of the lesson, and it's given me a little grid of all the activities I've done. Now this is in my personal space, so only I see this or whoever I choose to share it with. So if I'm working with a coach or a mentor within my teaching, I might want to share this directly with them. So I can share this with their account within the school or within your trust. So it's a really great way of doing teaching and coaching and peer coaching as well as mentoring and such. And if I go into any of them, it's also graded me. You probably can't see the full detail on here, but it's grading me and it's giving me feedback on my engagement level with the class, my pacing, my questioning, and it also gives me some tips on things I can do. It's also recorded a video and it gives me a full transcript of my lesson, which can be really useful. So if you don't necessarily need the video itself, if you don't want to have the video, that's fine. But the transcript's really useful because then you can reuse that. So you can have, you know, and this could be something not just for mentoring new teachers, but also sharing best practice across your school. So if you've got a really ace teacher, you can build up a bank of really fantastic lessons, whether that's the transcript, the video, or both. But also those reflections can help you to then improve your teaching for future times. So even if each teacher just has a one-to-one personal connection with M2 and is doing it for their own purposes without anyone else looking, it's a really great way to reflect on your practice. So that's what I've done so far on the teaching side. So being able to teach through it, using it to actually ask AI questions during your lessons, and then also the feedback you get afterwards, and that ability to share that feedback and also your video and your transcript as you might need to, whether that's for teaching purposes or for your own professional development. So that's video 1. Do tune back in for videos 2 and 3, where I'll look at group work and using this with children directly. And then also the third one, which will look at individual reflections and individual personalization. You can use this for with children as well. So fantastic tool. I think there's still lots to explore, and I'm only scratching the surface at the minute, so I'm very excited to learn more.